Good morning. Good morning. It's time to rise and receive. Welcome to your 10-minute morning send off designed to support you in receiving what you most want by unlearning struggle. So, today we're going to talk about how to invite good fortune when you're worried. So, if you're worried, this message is for you today. And I invite you to think about what is it that has you worried? Just let that be here. Take a breath. Just give it permission to breathe. Let yourself breathe and simply allow the worry to be here. Because lots of times when we're worried, we don't even think about our relationship to the worry. We just get lost in the worry and lost in our thoughts. So this is a place to really receive the worry, breathe into it, let it be here, and then receive what today's Rise and Receive has to offer you. If you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a teacher, coach, and best-selling author, and I'm passionate about teaching people how to receive their joyful fulfillment by unlearning struggle. Because the truth is that while some struggle in life is natural, much of it is learned. And most of that struggle comes from battling with or fighting or working hard against the things that happen in our inner world. Because what we've come to do is over-rely on what I call the doing model of power, and we really don't even know about the being model of power. And being, when you really tap into that, you can start to let go of so much of the learned struggle, of the hard work ethic and the problem solving that goes on in the mind, and simply open up to receive. And when you really know how to receive and understand what it is and is not only does flow happen, but you start to really trust in the kindness of life and see that there's always kindness being offered. So what we do here each day is I pull one card from my brand new Receive card deck, and in it, I will, whatever that card says has a receiving principle that we get to illuminate and learn how to work with. And so today's card that inspired the Rise and Receive is Soothe Your Worry. Soothe your worry. So I won't be reading the entire card because I already did a video on that, and I'll include a link to that above or below, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. But I did pull out a section here, and I'm really excited to unpack certainly some new ideas I've never talked about here, and maybe they're brand new to you, about a whole new way of looking at worry and how to feel much more empowered in relationship to it, to soothe it, and invite good fortune as a result. So this is the part I'd like to highlight, and I invite you to sit back, take a breath. Just let this wash over you. And sometimes what I tell people is you might want to close your eyes because that way the words can go deeper, because sometimes just watching somebody talk can be distracting. So just let these words wash over you. Here we go. Soothe your worry. Worry occurs when you give lots of attention to unwanted thoughts and images regarding things that could happen in the future. With worry, the thoughts you receive are not the problem. What you do with the thoughts, however, can be. A thought becomes a source of worry when, instead of letting the thought pass through your awareness, you put extra energy into the belief that what you fear really could happen. But just because something is possible does not mean it's probable. As a matter of fact, the vast majority of the things that cause us to worry never come to pass. But even when we know this to be true, we struggle. This is because most of us try to subdue our worry in ineffective ways. We attempt to control the future by preparing for the feared outcome. We try to anticipate what will happen despite the fact that we understand that we can't know the future. Or we try to speak logic to our emotions, even though most of the time you can't logic your way into feeling differently. When, however, you shift from subduing to soothing, the struggle that you experience with worry begins to soften, and you become able once again to receive something new. Okay, so the highlight here is shifting from subduing your worry to soothing your worry. And so with that, here's your willingness mantra for the day. So if you take nothing else from today, take this mantra if you are worried or concerned, or you find that your mind is fixating on things that you can't control, and simply say this mantra to yourself as often as you want to. Give this to your mind as the new focus of your attention instead of the worry. So here's the mantra. I am willing to receive soothing comfort in expected and unexpected ways. I am willing to receive soothing comfort in expected and unexpected ways. Okay, so today I'd like to talk about something that was taught to me. It's a really powerful way at looking at how it is that we create our reality and the connection between our emotions and what we actually create in our reality, as well as what we invite. Because what we invite into our reality is very much about how we relate to ourselves in our inner world. Okay, so the two ideas I want to invite you to take away today have to do with, here they are. Number one is I'm going to talk about the movie projector metaphor. And the other idea is that your power rides on the current of your emotions. Your power rides on the current of your emotions. So when we're dealing with worry, what's happening is we are feeling fear. We might be feeling anxiety, because anxiety comes from trying to control things you can't control. That's what worry is about. So what happens is these thoughts and these images come into our mind. But what happens is instead of dealing with the emotional aspect of worry, we get trapped in our mind. So it just loops and loops and loops and loops. And fear and anxiety live down here, but you can't, as that reading says, logic your way into feeling differently. Okay? It's almost like they're two different types of intelligence. And we've heard about that, IQ and EQ. Mars and Venus, okay? So when we're dealing with emotional experiences, we have to deal with it from an emotionally intelligent place. So I'm going to talk about this first conceptually, and then we'll talk about how to actually work with the energy. So the movie projector might date me. If you are a millennial, you might not get this, but if you're older than that, you might remember the days that movies were offered to us with a movie projector. And when we see a movie through the benefit of a movie projector as opposed to some digital sort of media, there's this machine. It's called a movie projector. And all it does is project white light, okay? And it runs a film through it. And so this light shines through the film and it shines onto the movie screen. So that's how we manifest. Within us, we have this energy, okay, this source life force energy that illuminates whatever is in the film of our awareness. So the film, okay, is the combination of our personality, our thoughts, our feelings, our expectations. It's our personality. So the light of your soul, life force energy, shines through the film of your personality and projects it onto the movie screen of your life, which is your 3D reality. Okay, now, if we have a film, a movie running in our awareness, in our personality, that's filled with worry and fear and anxiety, that light will shine through that film and we will see projected onto our lives, the movie screen of our lives, things that represent that fear, worry, and anxiety. Okay, when we have happy thoughts and feelings, and we're focused on that, or that's what's in our awareness, in our personality and emotional experience, the light of life, our life force shines through that, and that gets projected onto the movie screen of our lives. So the question becomes, how do you change the film? If you are worried, if you are afraid, how do you change the film? Well, the answer is you honor that film is playing and you let it play out. In other words, you honor the fear, you honor the emotions, you breathe and you let it move through, because eventually it will pass on through. Then it'll come out And then the light of the projector will shine the movie room even brighter, and you can go look at the library and invite, what would I like to see now? What new film is inspiring me to put in the projector? Okay. But what most people do is they have a movie in the projector that they don't like. So you've got worry and fear. And instead of letting it run its course, okay, we try to shove it back in there and shove it back in there. It's like we're not letting it out. And that's what we do with our emotions. We push them down and push them down and push them down. And one of the ways that we push them down is instead of letting the feelings move through us, we analyze, and fixate on the worry. That's the same as shoving the film back into the projector so it can't run its course. Okay, so the way we invite good fortune, if there is worry, is to bring the awareness down into the body. Practice tools, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, to honor the feelings so that they can pass on through. When we are worried, we are afraid, we are anxious. Those are feelings. They need to be honored. We let them go through our being and pass through. And then we are liberated and freed up. And there will be a space in which the light of your wisdom, the light of your answers, the light of your soul, the light of life will reveal the next thing for you. And usually when there's peace and calm and quiet after that movie has run through, you can hear things that you couldn't hear before. And there is kindness, there's wisdom, there's a next step, there's a new level of willingness that you just couldn't access before to tap into solutions and answers around the things that bring you worry. At very least, a next step. So I hope that that movie projector metaphor helps you understand a much more empowering way to relate to your worry. So let me talk about how to actually do this. What would really help you? In my book, The Attraction Distraction, Why the Law of Attraction Isn't Working for You and How to Get Results Finally, the biggest, fattest chapter in the book is called Harnessing the Power of Your Emotions, chapter 16. And in it, I talk about 3 feelings exercises. And one of my all-time favorites is called the breath method, which is adapted from Tonglen meditation. Now, when we feel feelings, what most of us will do is, if we can even acknowledge it, is we'll take some deep breaths and we try to get rid of them. So we'll, like, I'm angry or I'm scared, and we try to get rid of it. Or we try to analyze it to try to get rid of it. Okay? What you resist persists. Those are forms of resistance. So it doesn't help move that film through to let it release. It just shoves it back down. Okay? Instead, what we do with our breath is we say yes to the feelings. So what Tonglen meditation or the breath method does is, even if you don't know what you're feeling, but you can feel that you're feeling something in your body, you can close your eyes and you breathe in the feeling. Maybe you know what the feeling is: anger, fear, sadness. So you breathe in. I breathe in the anger. You exhale, acceptance. You breathe in the feeling, you breathe out, acceptance. So each time you breathe it in with your eyes closed and you let it move through your body, you can say to yourself, I breathe in sadness, I breathe out acceptance. I breathe in sadness, I breathe out acceptance. I breathe in this anger, I breathe out acceptance. You keep breathing it in, and what tends to happen is you will feel movement. Okay? You might have tears come up. You might start to shake with the anger. Okay? The energy will move. Keep breathing it in, letting it out. There will be kind of this crescendo and this passing. That's usually what happens, but don't have any expectations. Just let it be what it needs to be. And after a while, something will shift and that space will open up. And usually what happens is, if there's a lot of emotions, you'll feel relief and release. Okay? And after there's relief and release, there's usually quiet. There's usually stillness. You might be tired. You might need to rest. But there's a space now, and something will come in. And you can simply ask, okay, what do I need? What's the need? There may be an answer there. There may be an answer later on. Just do what's in front of you and know that you have now invited the kindness of life, good fortune, to reveal itself. and something will show up either right then or down the line. There will be movement. Okay. And that is the way to comfort and soothe your worry and invite good fortune. So I hope this was helpful to you. Come back and re-listen and know that that was a lot today, but I really felt inspired to just really provide some tools and insight around this topic because lots of people are worried today. There's a lot of emotions running high. I'm just like you. I practice what I preach. I've been using these tools very recently, as a matter of fact, so it's no accident probably that I pulled this card. I hope this was helpful. Here's your mantra one more time. I am willing to receive soothing comfort in expected and unexpected ways. Again, if you do nothing else, practice this if you're worried. It will invite good fortune. If you like this, please like, please share, please subscribe if you're on YouTube. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. And if you like these cards from the Receive Card Deck, go to receivecarddeck.com, put in your name and email. They will be coming out soon, and you'll be among the first to know because I'll let you know as soon as I have more information. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.